What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on.
And in today's video I will show you the latest news directly related to our story. I will show you the rebuttal letter to the Congress report. And then I will show you the potential class action lawsuit and I will explain you pros and cons regarding our case. And at the end of this video I will share my thoughts about the confrontation inside our community. Yes, again, the confrontation inside MMTLP community. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends and family, and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for the community. So, and let's start with the news. On MMTLPresources.com you can find two most recent news that was published on August 24th. And one of them I covered basically yesterday. It was the news about the share count, and someone in Congress potentially is working on share count, and this news is based on the due diligence tweet that he published just a couple of days ago. And I have to say that it might be a very important step towards the resolution of our problem. And the second news is the rebuttal letter regarding the recent report that was made by Financial Research, Congressional Research Service. And let me show you this in details. So, Howard Henry has posted a good 5-page document that serves as a rebuttal to the recent Congressional Research Service report. And let me show you this document in details. It was made just yesterday on August 24th, as you can see right here. And it was made by Fair Markets, and I have to say that it is very thorough report and response to this report on Congressional that was made by Congressional Research Service. And I have to say that in general it is a very good sign that the Congressional Research Service is working, is trying to work, let's put it this way, is trying to work and is trying to find some details that might help the Congress members to potentially solve our problem. But this report consists several issues, and I have to say that, let's put it this way, it is not 100% accurate. And in order to make the information more precise and more accurate, this report was written, and let me go to just several subtitles. A broad perspective on meme stocks. Here you can find why MMTLP is not the meme stock in its classical sense, but it definitely has a lot of attention of retail community. Next one, the value of the stock is based on the oil and gas assets that belongs to next bridge hydrocarbons, and definitely it is a very important part of the statement. Next one, mismanagement of share trading authorization. Again, MMTLP was originally meant to be a non-tradable asset, but then occasionally it became tradable on OTC market. Next one, regulatory failures on ongoing limbo. And here is, in my opinion, one of the most important part, because it shows a lot of so-called gray areas in the entire case of MMTLP stocks. Next one, clarifying MMTLP's creation, listing, deletion, and conversion. Again, explains this part explains the details of these actions. And I have to say that I don't want to dive deep inside this document. You can find it on MMTLPresources.com. I want to pay your attention on completely different news. First of all, let me show you this. We are on Mark Basil official Twitter account, and he reposted, he basically responded to this tweet that was made by Torchlight, and originally it was the tweet of Glass Guy that basically he made 20 hours ago. And he wrote, MMTLP, the option was brought up months ago, nobody listened. Now the lawyer for the class action is here by some miracle. Maybe now that one person will come forward. Seems like this less of an option and more of an agenda. Everybody wants to get paid, remember that. And he added this screenshot. Let's look at the facts, and I quote, "I discussed this months ago and got attacked for it then. Bringing it up now as an option. You couldn't stop a class action if you wanted to. Just takes one shareholder and a class action law firm. Then it's in progress, where you can opt in or opt out. Your call. If this was brought up months ago and not one person has stepped forward to file the class action, why the need to bring it up again? Not only that, Monday a class action lawyer that we didn't ask for is being brought in to talk to us. It takes one shareholder and one class action firm. Well, thank goodness we found a class action firm. Now all we need is that one shareholder." And Mark responded, "Who is the class action attorney and where is he being brought in on Monday? I'd like to hear what he has to say, MMTLP." And I have to say that potentially this tweet was the beginning of another confrontation. You know that Mark Basil and due diligence doesn't work perfectly well with each other. And I have to say that then Mark wrote this tweet, and he wrote, "MMTLP, lots of misinformation concerning class actions with a lot of needless hysteria caused by a small group of opium addicts. There is a class action already pending in New York federal court. I told you this months ago. So the whole Congress won't talk to us, maybe pure BS. All I did is talk to a class action attorney and was going to share with you thoughts, pros and cons about class actions, as well as discuss what Wes is doing and how that can affect you. Talk about Allen's and Richard's suits. Talk about alternatives to lawsuits such as 2 days, etc. But this is hopeless. I'm out of here and done trying to help anyone. You should have shut down the rhetoric. I'm way too busy to keep straightening out the BS that is constantly fed to you." And here is the tweet that was made by due diligence, and allegedly this is the response to the Mark Basil's tweet, because they don't subscribe to each other. That's why they cannot comment on each other's tweets. And let me quote you what due diligence wrote. "MMTLP, let me clear up any posts that are coming from certain disingenuous, divisive, condescending types. The class action lawsuits against MMTLP that some are saying already exist predate the halt. What that means is that there is no class action lawsuit related to the share imbalance or the halt. As long as it stays that way, we have a shot with Congress. This community voted. 85% of those 1,140 plus people voted no to an alternate resolution outside of getting our market-based resolution. If anyone attempts to set up a class action lawsuit with any relief sought whatsoever aside from an injunction that would force the concerned parties to facilitate this market based on resolution and nothing more, I promise you that I will file what is known as objection to class certification, and I will personally seek out as many shareholders as I can to join that filing. You will not outnumber us, and you will not get class certification. You will have to go through me and the rest of this community if you attempt to circumvent their collective goals. Nobody is going to take away what this community has worked so damn hard for, what we have suffered for, and what some have died fighting for. Call me whatever you want, gatekeeper, self-proclaimed protector, IDGAF. Definitely you know the meaning of this abbreviation. That's the way it is, and that's the way it's going to be. So either get on the train with the majority and make no mistake about it, we are the majority, or get the hell off the tracks and beat it, because we are not stopping and will smash through anyone and anything in our way. Final stop reconciliation, all aboard. So I have to say it, that it is quite tricky situation, and you might wonder why it is so important to know whether it should be a class action lawsuit or not. Let me show you the difference between the class action lawsuit versus regular lawsuit. And if you Google class action lawsuit versus regular lawsuit, you will find a lot of links, and let me show you, let's say, the first one. It is some kind of law firm in San Diego, and here's the pros and cons, and some of them are related to our case, some of them are not. Let me quote it for you one by one, just the subtitles. Promote judicial efficiency and reduce the cost of litigation. It is quite obvious that this class action lawsuit costs less than individual lawsuit. Reduce employer retaliation. This does not relate to our story. Effective for small claims. Well, our claim is not so small, I have to say. And next one, stop illegal employment practices. Again, it doesn't relate to our story. Your compensation is limited. This is the crucial part, in my opinion, because if the resolution happens based on the class action lawsuit, each and every member of this class lawsuit will receive much less compensation compared to the so-called individual lawsuit, and this is the main downside. Next one, you do not have control over the lawsuit, and it is another quite obvious detail that if you entered as the party of the class action lawsuit, you don't have the direct control over the lawsuit and over the process of this lawsuit. Next one, you give up your rights to file an individual claim. And this is another important part, because when the class lawsuit filed right after the resolution, and it doesn't matter in which favor this resolution might be, right after this resolution you will not be able to file any individual claim regarding the same issue. And this might be very, very important if this class lawsuit fails. Next one, quick results are not guaranteed. And this is another very important part, because this process of class lawsuit is much more longer compared to the individual lawsuit. And that is why a lot of members of our community think that it doesn't make sense to file this lawsuit, and it will multiply all the efforts by zero in terms of the congressional contacts, and all of the letters and all of the contacts, all of the negotiations with Congress might be useless if this class lawsuit is filed. And I have to say that I don't think that it might be the case. We have to wait for more details, let's say, from Richard Hoffman, because previously, if I remember it correct, in one of his videos, he explains the difference between class action lawsuits and individual lawsuits. But we have to know more, and the latest update from the people who are working on this field. And only right after that we can decide which one and which way basically is the best for the community. And I have to say that I don't like this type of conflicts inside our community, but it is what it is. We have it, and we have to pay our attention on these relationships. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack.